Good day. This is the subject community engagement, and I am your teacher for today, Miss Andrea Vinisokson. So, our lesson for today is all about diversities and communities. So, whenever you say diversity in our communities, what is the definition? So, we are going to tackle about it today. So, how can you identify diversities in your own community? Well, this is diversity in practice. First of all, you have to acknowledge that people have the right to be different from others. So, as what I have talked about a while ago, you have to accept the fact that every people in this world is different and we are unique in our own way. The second one is understanding and appreciating interdependence of humanity, cultures, and the natural environment. So we have to appreciate what kind of culture does a human has or humanity and also the natural environment. Next one is practicing mutual respect for qualities and experiences that are different from our own. So from our own perspective, we think that it's not right, but the thing is, you don't know what they experience already. So let's try to respect what qualities does a person has, right? So how can you identify diversities in your own community? Well, this is diversity in practice. First of all, you have to acknowledge that people have the right to be different from others. So, as what I have talked about a while ago, you have to accept the fact that every people in this world is different and we are unique in our own way. The second one is understanding and appreciating interdependence of humanity, cultures, and the natural environment. So we have to appreciate what kind of culture does a human has or humanity and also the natural environment. Next one is practicing mutual respect for qualities and experiences that are different from our own. So from our own perspective, we think that it's not right, but the thing is, you don't know what they experience already. So let's try to respect what qualities does a person has, right? And then we have here an example of diversities in our community. One is the race. So what kind of origin do you have? What kind of country have you had? Where did your mother give birth on you? So that is called race. The second one is ethnicity, which is it depends on the traits, classification, or association you have. So for example, it relates to large groups of people who have certain racial cultural, religious, or other traits in common. Next one is gender. So we have female, male, and then we have also now the LGBTQ. It is also indicated or related of what sexual orientation is. The next one is socioeconomic status. So depends on the status of a person if you're a mid class, a low class, or a high class. And then the next is religious. So here in our country, we have a lot of religions. So we have born again, Catholics, Seventh-day Adventists, Jehovah's Witness. In the other countries, they have Buddhism and etc. And then you have now the political. So if you want to be politically involved, then you have to do uh or you have to be government involved. So these are an example of diversity of community. Let's have the 10 ways to respect diversity. And respect is always a must when it comes to culture. and diversity, not just here in the Philippines, but also in the other countries. And number one is we all have biases. And then let's go now to the second, which is to get to know someone different than you. Why? Because you could actually learn from them and you would understand why you need to respect their own perceptions. Number three is invite input from others with different backgrounds. I mean, it's just exciting to know or to learn a lot of things that you didn't even know till now, right? So, diversity is also a good learning institution or learning background for you to be different also. So, traveling the world is okay because you can see a lot of cultures, a lot of backgrounds, and diversity. You could actually bring together diverse groups for innovation, respect religious holidays. So here in the Philippines, we respect the Islam holidays, even though there's a lot of Catholic in our country. We find someone with a different background who shares the same company goal with you and strategize with them. So see, it is really important why you can also have to do business with them because you don't have the same idea and you share a lot of things that your company and you can do strategize because you don't have the same ideas. Next one is find out about everyone in your department skills, knowledge, and experience because listening is even more than talking. Invite someone with a diverse background to lunch or change your table every day of lunch in a break room so you can sit with new people. So whenever you knew a lot of people every day, then you can learn also every day because every people is unique. And one thing that having a diverse background is like dynamic. It's not always the things that you do. It's not always the things that you learn. It's a new journey and it's a new beginning for you. Next one is avoid language that demeans a particular group of individuals. So for example, the person beside you is a Chinese and he or she cannot understand English. So, or Tagalog, I mean. But she can understand, or the Chinese can understand English. Then try to talk English to everyone, right? So she can also understand because it's not really respectful to talk in Tagalog. And she was like, "Oh, what is she talking about? Is she talking about me?" Right? So it's really disrespectful. And then when hiring or promoting individuals to do so on the basis of facts only, skills, abilities, knowledge, and results should be the only factors involved in your decisions. And that are the 10 ways to respect diversity. So what do you learn from diversity? From cultural perspectives can inspire creativity and drive innovation. Local market knowledge and insight makes a business more competitive and profitable. Cultural sensitivity, insight, and local knowledge means higher quality, targeted marketing. So this is also actually good with business. Let's now go with the challenges of diversity. First is reverse discrimination. So sometimes whenever we see other people like it's not really familiar with us or you think she or he or are very unique, then we tend to discriminate them. Like the black people or even the Chinese people. So we tend to discriminate sometimes. Second one is workplace discrimination. One of the best example of this is most likely gossip. So whenever something gossip or someone gossip about you, then in the workplace they think you are the person that they were talking about. So they discriminate you on the things that they don't even know. Next one is harassment, and this goes on with a certain degree of discrimination. Next one is age. We have an age discrimination. So every job employment, they require a certain age point. So here in the Philippines, not really common, but in the other country like Japan, they have age limit for employment. Next one is disability discrimination. So whenever they say you're disabled already or you're a PWD person already, then you cannot do anything. And then the national origin discrimination, the pregnancy discrimination. When it comes to pregnancy, whenever you are a teenager already or you are not married yet, then discrimination happens. This is common here in the Philippines. Why? Because our country is very religious. And the last one is very usual, I believe, is the race or color discrimination. That's why there's a lot of happenings now in the USA when it comes to race or being racist because black peoples, they are trying to be accepted for what they are, or even if their color is black, they're still humans. So these are the challenges of every diversity. And we are now ending our slide here. This is Miss Andrea Vilisakson, and I want to thank you for watching my video lesson. Have a good day.